Hi, it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful year-round greenery wreath. And this wreath is so versatile. You can use it inside, outside, anywhere in your house, any time of year. It's so perfect for a basic wreath. And this wreath is going to have a kit available, limited quantities, but there is a kit available for this wreath. So if you want one, I'll have it linked in the description and pinned to the first comment. All right, so let's get into the materials for this wreath. First, I'm going to be using a 14-inch grapevine, and I'm going to be using some seeded eucalyptus. The quality of this is so good. The quality of all the greenery in this wreath is top-notch, which I absolutely love. Greenery is so important to me. And yeah, these are one of my favorites, a staple that I use all the time. I actually have a video where I talk about my top 10 favorite greenery, and this is one of them. And so is this osmanthus. I love such good quality. A lot of the colors and shapes of these leaves are very similar in this wreath. So it's just a really nice staple to have. So we're using osmanthus, seeded eucalyptus, and then some sweet bay. And these are just such good quality. I recently used these in a 4th of July wreath, red, white, and blue wreath. So this base that we're making, you can add to it for whatever season. So you'll have your greenery base, and then you can just add some red, white, and blue things, or pink, or maybe some yellow for summer, or maybe it's just some red berries for Christmas. So many options, but this wreath is just such a great staple. I'm also using my hot glue and hot glue gun and my favorite wire cutters. Love these. If you want to make a larger wreath, so I'm making this on a 14-inch grapevine, and it's going to make a wreath that is about 22 inches total, leaf tip to leaf tip. If you want to make a larger wreath, like on a 18-inch grapevine, then you'll want to have double the greenery that I'm using here. So if you want a kit, buy two. The first thing I'm going to do is clean up my grapevine. I don't always show this process because I feel like it's repetitive, but all I'm doing is cutting off extra pieces that are kind of in the way, cleaning out any leaves or things like that, or anything that sticks out that could potentially scratch your door or make the wreath uneven. So that's all I'm doing when I clean up the grapevine. First, I'm going to start with my bay, and I have 2 stems of this, and I'm just going to cut the stems up individually, and there's one little leaf that gets by itself. We'll add that in too, but these make the perfect stems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it evenly throughout the wreath. This helps our wreath look really even, is when we add one layer at a time and make sure that first layer is even, and then we will add in the second layer. So I'm just putting some glue along the stem, and then I'm putting the stem into the grapevine, and I'm going to be rotating inside, outside, inside, outside. So next we go outside. And I'm not putting it too close together because I want it to really go around the whole grapevine with just the 2 stems. If you wanted to, you could cut these up too and just add them in separately, but I'm just going to add it all together because it's faster. And then these last two pieces you can just put wherever you see a hole or a gap. Next, we're going to add in our osmanthus. So I'm just going to cut these up into individual picks. That's one of the reasons I like this, because it makes such nice picks and the quality is good. So I'm just going to add these in between all of the bay leaves. Oops. You can add these first. The bay and the osmanthus, the order doesn't really matter. I just wanted to add the bay leaves first because the stems were a little bit longer. But if you cut the stems so the longer pieces were just shorter, I would add the osmanthus first. The order just really doesn't matter. And if there are leaves facing backwards, I just move them so they face forward. It's really easy to do. Now that we've gone all the way around with our osmanthus, we're just going to use those extra pieces to fill in and make it extra fluffy. Maybe stick some on the outside to make it bigger. But I like to go all the way around first before I make it extra thick, just to make sure I have enough pieces. You can pull the outer bay pieces out too if you want. All right, now that we have our second layer of greenery done, we're going to add our third layer. And I'm not sure how many I'm going to need of these yet, but I'm going to start with 3 of the seeded eucalyptus. So pretty. And the little seeds just give this wreath just a touch of texture and interest, and it's just so classic and beautiful. So each of these stems I'm going to cut into 3 pieces. There are 2 main stems I cut. And then we have a smaller one and a larger one. Just so this texture can go all throughout the wreath more, I'm going to cut this longer piece in half so that each stem gives us 3 pieces. And this is really just going to add that texture with the berries and fill in any gaps that we have that show the grapevine too much. We just want to make sure we're putting them inside and outside, not just in the center, so that the berries are really incorporated. I am going to use the 4th stem just to make it a little bit more full. So total we have 4 of the eucalyptus stems. I tend to err on the side of making the wreath nice and fluffy and full. All right, and there we have it, our year-round greenery wreath. What do you think? I love it so much. It's so pretty and so classic. All right, if you want to grab a kit for this, I will have them linked in the description of this video until they are sold out. My kits do tend to sell out fast. I'm working on having more available of future kits. But yeah, if you like it, I hope you make it and let me know what you think. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!